जय जय राम कृष्ण हरे, 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 जय जय राम कृष्ण
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः. May all be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. May all be free from disease. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. May all see what is good and auspicious. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. May none be subject to misery. So this is a universal prayer. Whenever we use the word survey in this culture, we mean all creatures, all beings. Okay, every creature on the planet seeks only joy and happiness, but it doesn't get it. Who can help it, okay, to get the joy that is hoping or expecting? Only Lord can help. So you are trying to invoke the blessings of the Lord upon the entire creation. So we know how much of suffering is there in this world, particularly in this day and age. There are various issues, various kinds of suffering people are undergoing. So if you have any feeling, for your fellow human beings and for that matter, fellow creation, we should ceaselessly strive to invoke the blessings of the Lord upon the entire creation. Very often, we become either indifferent or sometimes we ignore and we don't take notice of the situations or things going around us. What is the difference between an ordinary human being and a Mahatma, a great man? A great man measures the quantum of suffering that is there in the world and ceaselessly prays to God for relieving the suffering of all the people. So, for example, people like Vivekananda and Buddha, and all the Mahatmas, messengers of God and incarnations we had seen, they would gauge, they would quantify the quantum of suffering that is there in the world because they have a very tender heart and very soft heart. Otherwise, ordinary human beings, they get afflicted only if the suffering comes to them directly. Okay? The suffering of me and the suffering of my immediate family members. That alone is suffering to me. If somebody on the street suffers, it doesn't touch me. Okay? But for a Mahatma, it is completely different because they expand their consciousness. They identify with all the life forms. And the suffering of any being becomes their suffering. And that's why they ceaselessly pray to the divine, the creator of the universe. Alleviate their suffering, relieve their suffering, be kind to them. Shower their mercy and your blessings upon all of them. So this is a very potent and universal prayer. We have been chanting maybe for millennia. So very often we don't know that actually in this culture, there is a lot of peace. Sometimes we don't understand the glory of this civilization and culture. You go to other places in the world and come back to India, then you will see the difference of it. As long as we are in India, we don't really understand. Here we have 7 religions. We have so much of diversity, linguistic diversity, religious diversity, cultural diversity. But people coexist, they live in harmony, they live in peace. Okay? Conflicts, they do not happen as often as they happen in other cultures and other countries. The reason is, ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Non-violence is the greatest virtue. Why? Because all life forms are expressions and images of the same God. So because that Advaita, non-duality, no two, is preached incessantly, so the tendency to do violence is very less in this culture. Because it's not a new thing, and today they are preaching it's not like that. For millennia, for centuries, the highest Advaita, non-duality, there is God in all the living forms. So by doing violence to another life form, you are doing actually violence to yourself. So this is the greatest discovery our rishis have made in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of conflicts, in the midst of quarrels. So we are all in that way very fortunate to have taken birth on this great soil of India. So today is the last class, 36th class. You have shown great determination, zeal, and grit, tenacity to hold on to the place. Okay, you have attended many of you, all the 36 classes. I appreciate, I admire your zeal. So, there is exam. Please be with us for some more time, okay, if you have. If you are not otherwise busy, if you don't have any other commitment, if it's okay, try to be there with some more time. So some of you may not be with us from the next session onwards. Okay, maybe you are in communicative English 2 or online students also. Maybe you won't be able to continue the course further because of some other engagements that you have. So wherever you may be, our good wishes will be with you. Our association is an eternal association. Okay, the blessings of the place will be with you. Young man had gone to a wise man, elderly man, and asked him, "Sir, in which area I can have the best of the career?" The wise man replied, "Be a good human being. There is no competition here. Okay? That is the best career. You just to focus on that, everything else will come to you." I've told this many times. So, but sometimes we don't absorb everything that is said over here, right? That's the area where you need to work on. Not that we are bad, we are good. We want to become better. You keep striving, okay? Let me become a better and better human being. That should be the aspiration. As you, keep improving yourself as a human being, everything else will, to your surprise, everything else will be arranged automatically. Whatever you are aspiring for, the material things, they will come automatically. You don't have to worry so much for them. So wherever you are there, in career and family life, your conduct, your demeanor should be such that it should enhance the glory of this place. Okay? The greatest good fortune that you have had after coming over here is this, getting exposed to some of the thoughts of Vivekananda. Okay? So I have not covered even 1/5 of the quotes that are there in this book. If you are there for the next session, I will be covering a few more quotes. But otherwise, you read on your own, okay? You may not understand, as I already told, in single reading, the full purport of the quote. Sometimes you may have to read multiple times and then reflect on what you have read. Yeah, but it's worth doing. So in my opinion, because I am in Ramakrishna Mission, I am not saying this. Vivekananda is the greatest genius that the last century has produced, last millennium has produced. Millennium means 1,000 years, from 1001 to 2000. If you ask me who was the greatest person born between 1001 to 2000, my vote is for Swamiji. Because I am in a Ramakrishna Mission, I am not saying this. Okay, I have not completely understood him, still I am exploring him. I know that in this birth I won't be able to understand him completely. We are a group of 1,500 monks. I don't think any monk would be able to say that I have understood Vivekananda completely. I mean, the genius is so profound, and his knowledge is so vast, so phenomenal. It would be difficult for any normal human being to understand him completely. But you strive. The more you understand Vivekananda, your personality would blossom to that extent. Okay, that is your greatest good fortune. Okay, having joined in Vivekananda Institute of Languages. Spoken English, we can learn anywhere. Okay, small thing. It's not a big goal. Okay, small thing. So all the best for your final exam and Viva voce. May God bless you all. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve you.